Once again, it's a privilege to be welcome into your homes. Today we are reading from John chapter 8, verse 1 to 11. Jesus went to the Mount of Olives, but early in the morning he arrived again in the temple area, and all the people started coming to him, and he sat down and taught them. Then the scribes and the Pharisees brought a woman who had been caught in adultery and made her stand in the middle. They said to him, "Teacher, this woman was caught in the very act of committing adultery. Now in the law, Moses commanded us to stone such women. So what do you say?" They said this to test him, so that they could have some charge to bring against him. Jesus bent down and began to write on the ground with his finger. But when they continued asking him, he straightened up and said to them, "Let the one among you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." Again he bent down and wrote on the ground. And in response, they went away one by one, beginning with the elders. So he was left alone with the woman before him. Then Jesus straightened up and said to her, "Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you?" She replied, "No one, sir." Then Jesus said, "Neither do I condemn you. Go, and from now on do not sin anymore." The Pharisees who brought an adulterous woman to Jesus were suggesting a simple answer to her moral failure: condemn her to death by stoning. The gospel reading also makes it clear that this was not Jesus' way of dealing with moral failures. He understood that the situation was far more complex than the Pharisees' crude and simplistic solution allowed for. The men who brought the woman to Jesus saw her only in terms of her immediate past. Jesus' way of looking at her was far more generous. He saw the whole picture of her life, not just one little bit of it. Seeing the whole picture of her life, he also saw that she had a future that those who brought her to Jesus would have denied her. When the Lord looks at us, he sees the whole picture too. He does not become obsessed with one or two details of the picture. He hears the full story of our lives, not just a couple of lines of our story. Dear friends, the Lord knows that our story is unfinished and will only be complete when he himself comes to transfigure our lowly bodies into copies of his glorious body. Shalom. Peace.